Welcome back to Lost in My Library. My name is Kate. Today I am doing my September wrap-up for 2020. So, in September, I read 5 books. It was okay. I found like a series that I think I'm going to continue when it has a sequel and everything. And then I read a really disappointing one and continue with Ride Along. So let's just talk about Ride Along real quick. Get those out of the way. So in the month of September, we were to read Son of Neptune and Mark of Athena, which are the second and third books in the Heroes of Olympus series. I have no idea where Son of Neptune is right now. Both were 5 stars. Rereading Mark of Athena, I liked Mark of Athena. I liked Mark of Athena, but I think my feelings have changed about whether or not this is the best book in this series. You know what? I just read House Hades. I'm going to go out and say this isn't my favorite anymore in the Heroes of Olympus series. That's crazy to think of, but yeah, I think this is my second favorite of the series now after House Hades. Son of Neptune being, I don't know, I enjoyed it more than the first book because we get Percy back mainly, and there's just some really cute moments, and I love Percy. Percy's one of my all-time favorite characters in all of literature, and I think he's just a great character all around, and having Percy back and having a older Percy and seeing him not much older, he's not much older, he's only like a few months older than the last time we saw him in The Last Olympian. So there's that. And then we meet Hazel and Frank, and then in this book all 7 come together, including Annabeth, who makes up the 7th person in the prophecy. So yeah, really enjoyed it. It's a really good read. Highly recommend. You need to read. If you haven't, read all of Rick Riordan's mythology books. They're so good. Alright, so what are we going to talk about next? The other thing you said I started? Okay, we'll talk about this. This is Incan Sigil. This is by Kevin Hearn. This is supposed to be like in the world of the Iron Druid Chronicles, but you don't have to read the Iron Druid Chronicles to be able to read this. I was just looking at. Okay, I was wondering if there was a sequel, and I was just like missing something. So this is about a guy who I'm having to refresh because so you have ink and you can make different symbols to do different things. His apprentices keep getting killed for one reason or another, and now he's under suspicion that he's behind it, while he's also trying to figure out what happened to his apprentices. And he can't talk to some people that know about his magic, so he has to type out and everything. But he can talk to people who doesn't know he can do magic. It's a whole thing. And then there's it's the black market, mainly talking about the black market for magical creatures, and yeah, mainly magical creatures. There's some experiments happening, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely something that I want to continue with and possibly go into the Iron Druid series, and see that is a 9-book series plus 2 novellas, and I don't know what 7 Kennings is, if that's also set in the world. Ooh, okay. I'd be I'd be committing to a long series, but that's okay. This looks like a more modern cover, whereas the covers for the Iron Druids look like, I don't know, late 2000s cover art where like a person, they like to put people on their, you can't really see it, but they like to put people on their covers a lot in those times, but this feels more like a modern, so it almost feels like two separate things. Alright, so what are we going to talk about next? I think we'll talk about Sherlock Holmes. Okay. So I didn't read this. I also read A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I was actually kind of disappointed in this one, and I don't know if I'm still reeling over, I don't know if it's probably back there somewhere. The Latter-day Ciphers, but there's this whole part in the Scarlet Study in Scarlet that it flashes back to the main bad guy's past of escaping a Mormon town, which is it just kind of takes you out of the whole investigation, and I got confused. But I did like what Sherlock did with A Study in Scarlet and adapting it. And it was nice to compare the two. And then the main thing, I mean, besides the whole Mormon thing that took me completely out of the story for a while, and like the ending is just blur. I really don't remember how it ended, which is really, really, really bad. He also, there's animal cruelty in this one. He straight up, to figure out which one is a poison and which is non-poison, gives the dog both of them and kills the dog. Animal cruelty. So I really didn't like that. I gave that 2 stars. I don't think I mentioned what I gave this. I think I gave this 4. I really enjoyed this. Anyways. And then I read the famous I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is about the Golden State Killer. And it was a nice true crime story. Everybody loves it. I loved it. And I wonder, oh, it's so good. This is the book that actually caught the Golden State Killer, which is really cool to think about. That this book helped police catch the Golden State Killer, and he's behind bars now. He's serving time that he should have already been serving. It's pretty crazy to think about. But yeah, like, and it's so sad that she never got to see the fruits of her work. She passed away before even finishing this book. And I forgot who finished it. There's Gillian Flynn who wrote an introduction, and then Patton Oswalt. I think it's Patton Oswalt that ended up finishing the book. Yeah, I think Patton might have finished it. I don't remember. I think he did though. Oh, it's so crazy. But thankfully, hold on. Sorry. I just saw the oh my gosh. I'm just thinking, oh, okay. So when I studied abroad, I lived like near the street. So my street was like this, and then the street went like that. I lived up like right there on that street, basically, but not really. But I just miss that. I miss that. I miss London a lot. I miss living in London. But yeah, I gave this 5 stars. So good. Michelle McNamara obviously did a ton of work for this, and I want to watch the new series that came out about this. So I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to watch it now, and I want to see how like everything unfolded after this book came out, and see how they actually caught the guy. Oh, how they put it all together and